What up, guys? Midwest Brown Boy Chronicles, episode 17. This is the sports section. How are you guys doing this week? Hope you guys have had a decent week. I haven't had the worst week right now. Excuse my voice if it's a little off today. Allergies have been kicking my ass. Kansas has a very big fluctuation. It was 70s for the last week, and in the next few days we're going to be in 80s and 90s again. So my allergies are on 10. I apologize in advance if I sound a little distorted, but we'll get into it. Just got done watching Monday Night Football. Bears-Vikings, pretty good game. Bears kind of forgot how to play offense second half, but it is what it is. More want to speak about the bigger conversation of fan bases needing to breathe. It's week one. Speaking from being a fan who's pissed off, my Dolphins looked like complete dog water. Did not look like a team that was made of a bunch of millionaires who are super talented. Looked like a bunch of basically like rec league kids who did not care about winning when they were already down. But still, even when I say that, it's week one. Take a breather, step back, take a chill pill. It's not hurting the overall conversation of what the goal is for a lot of these teams every single year: playoffs, Super Bowl, important wins. It's week one. Great teams are 0-1. The Ravens are 0-1. The Chiefs are 0-1. And really good teams are 1-0 also, but some teams that shouldn't be 1-0 are 1-0. So I get the irrational frustration because I just got done listening to the Bears and Vikings broadcast, and you hear fans booing at the end of that game. They lost by 3 points. They didn't score in the second half. I know it's frustrating, but guys, like, that's still a really good team, and you guys are going to be good this year. But I get the fan base that wants to be upset and feel the worst about this moment right here because they really look forward to having an opening win to start the season. But like I told the fan base for my Dolphins, we started the last 4 seasons 1-0 and have done nothing with it. So maybe we needed to start 0-1 and get an actual kick in the ass to begin the season instead of in the later part of the season when things are getting serious and we have nothing to do with it. It was still a fun slate of games. Still had really good games. The Baltimore Ravens Buffalo Bills game is one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. Josh Allen, I hate him because he's in my division and he dominates my Dolphins twice a year, but that man is an amazing quarterback. Forget his size, forget him being 6'5", 250 and throwing a rocket of a ball. It's the poise, it's the bravery, it's just the moxie that he plays with, where he's not afraid of taking on hits, of going into the trenches with his guys, of just being there for his teammates and always holding himself accountable. He is a damn good quarterback, and it is so fun to watch him. And on the other side, Lamar Jackson, he didn't do anything wrong. Derrick Henry fumbled, but okay. He still dominated that whole game. 9.2 yards a carry. Like, that man was dominant. They just came up short against a very good team in the Buffalo Bills, who have already figured out how to beat them in crunch time. The Chargers game was pretty good. The Eagles and the Cowboys game was pretty good. We had a few good games, but then like my Dolphins getting mollywopped by the Colts, the Packers beating up on the Lions, the Texans looking like a pedestrian team against the Rams. We still had some teams that definitely are looked at as playoff contenders and like hopefuls for the Super Bowl who struggled. And it's still week one. It's still September. Teams are still like gelling. Even if you play and you practice for 3 months and you have practices against the team for a week, it doesn't really simulate the seriousness and the moment of being in a real NFL game when every play matters, when every decision actually changes things. So it was still a really fun week one. Again, to every fan like me who loves this game, you guys know what I want to say, and it's just step back and breathe. Week one of 17. If we're at week 10 and your team is still doing the shit you saw today in week one, different conversation. Then we can rage, then we can talk about it. But right now, just breathe. NFL's back. Week one is past, and now we will go on to week 2. And college football is officially done with week 2 also. We had more than a few upsets. Florida losing. USF really coming for everybody's title right now. First they beat in week 1? Dang, I forgot they beat another ranked team in week 1. Then they beat Florida week 2. So they really are looking pretty good. They're ranked number 17 in the country now. I'm a Kansas boy, so I have to talk about K-State losing to Army. I know Army has good seasons like once every 3 years. So it's really weird that they're like a triple option offense and everybody knows what they run when K-State still couldn't do anything. So K-State, I feel bad for you guys. 2 losses in the first 3 weeks is not good in college football. It does not bode well for your opportunities later down the line. Who was the other upset? Oh yeah, Arizona State losing also. Forgot who they lost to. But Arizona State was a really big upset too. But college football's in full swing. It really was a fun week. Nothing really stood out to me. No games were really impactful because this is still, this is where I feel about college football. I love the NFL because from week one it really does matter. Even though we have to watch them get into their groove and get good with their games and their plans and everything. With college football, I legitimately in the first 2-3 weeks don't pay too much mind in. Yeah, the first week has some showcase matchups, but second week, third week, or more times than not, D1 teams playing against pancake FCS teams. And like, not to say they're pancakes in their division, like in the FCS, the teams they're playing are actually really good, like top tier in the FCS. But when they come to the FBS, they're like pancake teams. So they get paid $1 million to have this team come and compete against them, only to whoop the shit out of them. And those games don't really matter. Like my USC Trojans have played Missouri State and San Jose State, I think, and it doesn't inspire confidence. I don't really look into that. We're 2-0, which is cool, but like, I would have been more upset if we would have played them close, but maybe it would have been more entertaining. But beating them 70-10, 70-0 doesn't make me feel better. I really want the real competition and when things start getting serious. So I really get invested in the college football, like right around like the month mark when we get to end of September. That's when they start really playing for keeps because they want to get that 4-0, 5-0 showing. So they start getting their resume going for college football playoff committees to look at and everything. So college football week 2 over. Not too many big headlines. Ohio State deserves to be number 1. They beat Texas fair and square, and I don't think any team is touching them in the country right now. They have the pedigree of championships now, so Ryan Day is not going to let his team forget that they are champions, and they deserve to be held to this standard. So college football was fun. NFL, I'm glad it's back. U.S. Open in tennis, Carlos Alcaraz is the men's winner. The woman I love the most in women's tennis, Aryna Sabalenka, is the women's winner for the U.S. Open. She's dominant. She's been the number 1 all year. She deserves this title. I'm proud of her for finally winning a Grand Slam after making it to 2 other Grand Slams this year, the Australian Open and the French Open, and losing both of them to American women. She actually beat an American woman in the U.S. Open in Amanda Anisimova. And Carlos Alcaraz had another showdown with Jannik Sinner, who we really talk about him and Jannik Sinner as the next Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, whoever Novak Djokovic's type is comes in later, but they're a very wonderful rivalry to watch, and they had a very good match. Carlos won, and it said the stat now is they have collectively won the last 8 titles in the majors, and they have split them evenly down the line, 4-4. Tennis is in really good hands. It was a very good season for tennis. I'll check in on some of the smaller tournaments, Shanghai and those things, but not too excited about those ones because it's not as intense with the lineups and players actually coming to play for keeps who are really good superstars in the league. If they had a really bad outing at the US Open, they'll go and be in those tournaments, but for the most part, a lot of players will shut it down for the rest of the year, try to hone their craft and get ready for Australian Open at the end of January. So that is it for tennis. For the main part of tennis, I should say, we got some of like the World Cups and other things, but not as big. So tennis was really fun this year to watch. This is probably my first year I actively watched every single major and watched multiple rounds. It didn't just chime in whenever I got to semifinals. I actually watched from round 1 all the way to the finals. So I really did enjoy putting a little more time in tennis, and I'll definitely let you guys know when tennis is around and it's important. So yeah. But all right, guys, this has been episode 17 of the sports section of Midwest Brown Boy Chronicles. I am your Midwest Brown Boy. Don't forget to like and subscribe my videos. Please come back. Please enjoy the algorithm. Come back and hear my beautiful voice. Hope you guys had a really great time. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.